What in Jesus' name is going on, everybody? We here at Creme Dementia Country Living News Magazine and Ladies Home Journal hope you and your peeps have a blast Easter. We are delving once again into presumably someone's grandmother's box I bought at the defunct Rockford Goodwill outlet for an easy snowball cake. Although this mid-century recipe is quick and easy, our viewers demand a smaller, quicker, modern version of this recipe. So we have made an adapted half-fast recipe by dividing the number of servings in two and speeding up the footage of us making the recipe. But first we have to diddle with our huevos for just a minute. Speaking of dying, for purely symbolic reasons, we will be resurrecting Paw Paw Pulp from our freezer for this springtime delight and body melt horror show. Alright, if we can just stop fiddling with our bowls for a minute, we'll move on to the recipe. In order to make our adapted half-fast recipe, Mom says we're going to have to make some substitutions with what we have at home. There were not heaps of angel food cakes by the fresh strawberries this spring, so we'll simply reduce the number of cakes to one and put it in quotes. We'll use just one envelope of my favorite flavor of gelatin, unflavored, and instead of 3 envelopes of Dream Whip, we'll only use 1 envelope of Dream Whip. By reducing the overall number of envelopes from 5 to 2, we'll save considerably on postage in making this mediocre cake. Dream Whip is not as dreamy, nor as whippy, without the half cup of cold milk and the half teaspoon of vanilla, so we'll need that too. You may have heard from other cooking shows or read in other food blogs that pineapple can cause problems with gelatin setting correctly. We're going to need you to just ignore all that and move forward with the recipe. Now to postmark our envelope of my favorite unflavored Knox gelatin by whisking it with a half a cup of boiling and a half a cup of cold water. Jesus, what is that? Oh, it's our Paw Paw Pulp. So yes, we are whisking in our boiling water and our cold water for a full cup of delicious thickened water, to which we'll be adding our drained can of pineapple tidbits. Now, dip your skull in the pineapple gelatin mixture. Now let your skull soften a bit. In order to get your skull to soften a bit more quickly, try watching, liking, and subscribing to Creme Dementia YouTube. Once you've watched several of our videos and your skull has nicely softened, you can abuse it with tongs and a meat chopper until it is thoroughly mixed up. We then place the mixture in the fridge to thicken. Wiggle, wiggle. And now back to fondling our eggs. Remember, he is the reason for the season. And now to continue with our good, clean fun, we are going to write secret messages on 2 more eggs with wax, and you kids at home can try to figure out what they say using your decoder rings. A little of the old dunk and jiggle, and we'll check in later, right after we finish dyeing these last 2 eggs. Basting away again in Jesus Martiniville. And now back to our adapted half-fast snowball cake recipe already in progress. We're now preparing Dream Whip to add to our pineapple gelatin mixture. First, we double-check the zip code on the envelope of Dream Whip, and to it add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 cup of cold milk. And now to symbolize the passion, we whip repeatedly. Christ died to forgive us these sinful delicacies. The slight pain of whipping by hand is none compared to his. Remember, his hands looked like this, so that ours may look like this. Whip it well. About 4 minutes at high speed on an electric mixer, or until stiff peaks form. Before it sets out too long, you'll want to combine it with the pineapple pawpaw gelatin mixture. Okay, what is your fixation with these eggs already? Oh, what is it that we see here? Happy easier? Happy easier. Yes, we're going to make this cake a little easier. How, you ask? Why, by using every supervillain's favorite individually wrapped snack cake, of course. Twinkies. Start by spooning the pineapple pawpaw gelatin mixture onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Wait, don't do that, dummy. First, fold in the Dream Whip. Now witness the artistry. Layer the Dream Whip mixture and quote-unquote angel food cakes into the exact shape of a lamb. Yes, now add back and chest to the lamb's legs and thorax. Cantilever its neck using a toothpick. Spackle a little moron. Form the lamb's head from Twinkies using scissors, pleating, and charisma. This hyper-realistic food sculpture already looks almost identical to a lamb, and we haven't even added the shredded coconut yet. Some final detailing with Ready Whip, and voila! Don't mind that sagging. Some dyed green coconut to ground the lamb so it is not floating in space, and some raisin features to breathe life into this simple cake. A centerpiece worthy of any Easter gathering. He is risen. Nailed it. It was a delightful cake. You could really taste the water in the gelatin. Thank you for watching, and happy Easter from all of us here at the Creme Dementia YouTube channel. And don't worry, these Easter eggs aren't going to go to waste. They're a secret ingredient in Monday's recipe, which is pawpaw, pineapple, and Twinkie ambrosia salad.